Round one, leg two action last night. Inter Miami claimed a 3-1 home win over SKC to complete a 4-1 aggregate triumph, punching their ticket to the round of 16. Messi got the party started with a sensational goal. Allende and Suarez found the back of the net as well. Boy, that Messi, huh?
He's going to be a good player, Mosse. I think he's going to have a bright future in the game. Again, I don't get tired of talking about Messi, and nobody should, because and we're not always repeating what we say, but the ability for him to get free, and again, the understanding of space that applies to a lot of, I guess, some of the greatest athletes out there. Wayne Gretzky used to talk about, be where the puck is going to be and the triangles that are involved. And I have to think that whether it's you're a Jordan or a Gretzky or the list goes on, the understanding of space and the spatial awareness that you have is so crucial. And everybody talks about the touch and the slaloming that Messi has done, but also his ability to find that space at the appropriate moment and create, even at times, just a millisecond of separation and therefore opportunity for him. Even in this goal, where he just pulls to the top of the box, and it's not like everybody on the field and everybody in the stadium and everybody watching the game doesn't know, hey, you should probably be near Messi. And yet, time and time again, he finds his way into space that gives him, then, with the technical ability that he has, the ability to, in this case, bring it off his chest and smash it home, all in one beautiful fluid motion. Just a wonderful goal, whether it's happening in MLS, whether it's happening in France, whether it's happening in Spain, whether it's happening in a World Cup. No matter what, this is a beautiful, beautiful goal. And they were the better team by far, certainly over the two legs.
Inter Miami will face Jamaican side Cavalier in the round of 16, so they get a virtual bye into the quarterfinals.
How dare you? How dare you,
In
Moss?
terms of MLS, they are away to Houston this upcoming weekend. A couple of big Messi stories. He was fined for that Michigaz at the end of the NYCFC game this past weekend. Also, his club future has become a big topic. Messi's contract with Inter Miami runs out at the end of 2025. Inter Miami has expressed confidence that he would extend, but there is a journalist in Spain who is pretty plugged in who is reporting that Messi will go back to Barcelona.
Oof.
Keep in mind, Barcelona are renovating their stadium, Camp Nou, which is now called Spotify Camp Nou because of their financial issues. They had to sell the naming rights. When it's done, it's going to seat 105,000 people, one of the biggest sports venues in the world, but still not as big as the Michigan Stadium, the big house. And according to this reporter, a big motivation for Messi is he wants to play in this new stadium. What do you make of it?
I mean, the full circle aspect of it, we've seen at times in sports where it's ceremonial, where they'll come back and they'll sign a final contract. They don't actually get on the field, but they retire oftentimes. And athletes, like I said, in multiple sports, retiring with the association of a team that they, for the most part, are associated with. And certainly when it comes to Messi, his association with Barcelona supersedes everything. So in that sense, him finishing this incredible run there, that's not surprising. That it would happen, anytime soon, and certainly before the World Cup, that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah, so if it's purely sentimental, it can wait until after the 26
Right.
World Cup. He could sign perhaps a 1-year extension, play through 26, and then go back to Barcelona to end his career. Nobody would begrudge him doing that. If it's for footballing reasons, then this conversation gets interesting. This topic has been in the air lately because a Uruguayan winger, Christian Oliveira, left LAFC to go to Brazilian side Grêmio this offseason. And when he was asked about it, he said that Marcelo Bielsa, who was the Uruguay coach, told him that playing in MLS makes you lazy. And so to improve his chances of making the Uruguay 2026 World Cup squad, he needed to go to a different league. And so people are thinking, well, does this Barcelona return have to do with Messi wanting to be in the best possible form at the 26 World Cup? He had this awkward layoff because Inter Miami got knocked out early in the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
last year. And so maybe he's worried about that happening again and what it would do to his form. And he wants to be playing in a quote unquote top league heading into the 26 World Cup. That would be a bad look for MLS if he leaves for that reason. So what do you think?
Well, there's times where you kill the messenger because you don't like the message. Okay. I don't necessarily think that this is one of those times, in that I don't think that Bielsa knows what the hell he's talking about. and Bielsa, and you're a disciple, my friend, it's always been about what he sees. And certainly when it comes to MLS and Bielsa, he sees things from afar. And so he has a perception of what it is. And who knows, maybe in the future he will find his way, as many coaches have, to MLS, and he will have a hands-on view and maybe develop an appreciation and a greater appreciation for what it is. For example, someone like Tata Martino may have that view. So I think that it's a bunch of BS when it comes to Bielsa. However, it is something when it comes to someone like Christian Oliveira, you can call it BS and you can say Bielsa doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But it doesn't change the fact that if someone like him is in charge of what's going on, if you have to answer to someone like him in order to get where you need to go, you have to heed it. But I don't think that Bielsa understands, has even an inkling of what goes on when it comes to MLS on and off the field. And for him to say that it makes you lazy, I think that's incredibly disrespectful to the hundreds of players that are in this league, to the hundreds of players that bust their ass. And again, I wear my MLS on my sleeve, and so in this case, I recognize I am biased and I am defending it. But I am defending it from a position of knowledge and experience, both on and off the field, and what I have seen. Is it perfect? No. Is it flawed? Absolutely. Are there other leagues where the experience that you get on the field can make you at times a better player? Sure, I can cop to that and recognize that. But I just thought that this was, and again, this is something that he told a player who now is relating the story. So if this is true that Bielsa said this, I just think it's unnecessarily dumping on a league that you know nothing about. By the way, can we go back to the?
I blew past the fine. I know you have thoughts on that.
I just wanted to say, because the video is out there of Messi after the game, and he was heated and he was hot, and he made it very, very clear to the referees that this was not something that he was happy with in terms of the way they refereed the game. And to the referee's credit, even though it's Messi, he took the heat, and then there comes a point where, hey, listen, you're showing me up and still in front of thousands of people here, and I don't care if you're Messi. He gave him a yellow card. And then Messi went on, and where the fine comes in is for putting his hand on a player, which is a big no-no. You can still get cards even after the game, especially when you're on the field. So he already had a yellow card. So now this disciplinary committee has fined Messi, but it's relative to him doing something that would have gotten him a red card and should have actually probably gotten him a red card. You can't put your hands on anybody in the opposition, whether it's a coach or a player. So in a sense, Messi got away with one here.
I agree.
All right, where should we go to now?
SKC, by the way, they're home to San Jose this upcoming weekend, the Fighting Bruce Arenas.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.